Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you to everyone who subscribed. Today I'm going to go over how much I made in the month of November 2020. So one of my last videos was how much I made in my first 30 days. That was from mid-October to mid-November. So I just wanted to do a full recap of just one whole full month because this feels like a milestone for me just to reach that full month. I went ahead and posted how much I made on my Facebook group, and it's really nice to have that support, and I just want to encourage others and just let you know that this is attainable. I just started mid-October and I'll show you how much I hit in just a little bit, but yeah, maybe I can make this a recurring thing too, so given that I have enough time. So let's get into it. Let me show you my notary gadget. This is where I keep track of every one of my signings. So yeah, so I'll show you how much I made in the month of November. November, I made $5.5K. So that's a lot to me because, you know, I didn't know how much I would make my first few months of signing. It's not a risky business, but it's just however the hard work that you put into it is what you're going to get back, and that's exactly what I saw here. So as you can see, I hit my first month in October was $905. That was the 16th again to the 31st, and I would say that I was part-time then. I wasn't doing too many signings because, first of all, I wasn't really getting all the signings through the signing services. I had no direct signings during that month. I was putting in time to market myself to escrow offices, but for some reason that didn't work. My first step to marketing didn't work out, so I did waste some time there in October. But November, it was pretty slow at first. Let me show you my calendar so we can get into this. So in the month of November, the first 3 days, you can see that I only had a few signings, and this is what I say when I mean I was part-time. Later in the month you can see that I technically was full-time. So the first 3 days of that week, I think I got those all from signing services. During this time, because you can see I was working evenings, I was using that time to market myself. So I showed you guys, or I walked you through the steps of how I got escrow officers. So that's what I was doing in the morning. I was just outreaching, blasting out emails, not just emails though, calls. I was first calling them to make sure that they knew who I was and that I was following up with an email, and that's what got me signings with escrow officers. So yeah, that first week of November was set for marketing, and then the second week you can start to see how I got more signings from escrow officers. I would say most of these from this week actually were from escrow officers, so maybe actually I take that back, it might have been 50-50 signing services and escrow officers, but this looks pretty good to me. I definitely could have done more, but I was not taking lowball offers from signing services because once you hit or once you make like 150, 175, 200 from escrow officers, you don't want to go back. Like there's no way I can go back, truly. So again, yeah, I just made sure that I was getting the amount that I needed. So for signing services, I would always counter offer a higher rate. So actually my highest counter offer was $200, which is really rare from a signing service because they take a cut from that. So I was really lucky that that worked out. And you can see here the third week, this is when it started to pick up because this is technically the last week to sign. So I was super busy. This is the first day I did 5 signings in one day. It was a lot. I believe actually Tuesday the 24th, the last day to sign, I made the most money here. I think that was close to 700 give or take. And this was the last day to sign. So what that means is that escrow officers and title need to close on this day. That's what I've been told. It could mean something else, but this is when everyone's trying to get those last few signings in. So my phone was blowing up from signing services, escrow officers. Actually that previous Thursday or Friday, my phone was really blowing up that day. But yeah, that was the day I made a mistake, and I'm never gonna do that again. Even though I was booked all day, I did have to push some of the signings back, and even though it looks like I only had 3 signings, like I was out all day because of that first mistake I made. So So yeah, I learned from that though. And then I had a few signings during the weekend. I don't mind working the weekends at all. I'm trying to make as much money as I can, so that doesn't bother me. This signing actually on Sunday was 175, and it was literally 10 pages, 10, 12 pages. It took me 20 minutes, maybe less than that, and I got paid 175 on a Sunday morning. Easy money. So yeah, that was a lot. Yeah, that last day to sign, I was running all over the place, and I would say most of the signings for that day were from signing services, and I went ahead and took those signings. I'd say average of those was like 150. I was able to counter offer at 150 because they were last minute and they need to be signed that day. So at that point, you had the upper hand as a signing agent, and I took most of the signings from signing services that day because they were in close proximity to me. So that's something that I've come to realize as well, is that when I get signings from escrow officers, as much as I want their business, most of the time they're gonna be all over the place, because again, it's a business, they get business clients from all over Southern California. So it's kind of hard for me because I'm going anywhere they ask me to. Again, I don't have to, but I am trying to build that relationship, trying to make it easier for them. So that's why I did signing services that day, because everything was around me. When you do signing services, it's usually they take into account your location, so in the mile radius from where the signing is. So that's why I went ahead and did that. Yeah, let me just go over my mistakes. I am still getting paid for them, thankfully, because I did fix them right away. So yeah, my first mistake was Friday. First mistake out of all the signings I had ever done. This is because I forgot to print out the second half of the documents. It was only like 3 or 4 pages, but I forgot to do that, and I had to drive all the way back to Orange County, technically middle of Orange County, so it took me about 40, maybe to an hour to get there. Had to drive to Glendale to drop off the documents to the escrow officer, and then that's when she called me when I got home, and I was just, oh my god. I go over it in one of my other videos. You can watch that. Yeah, and then I had to drive back to Santa Ana, and then because of that, I had to drive all the way back to Glendale again to give the documents. So by that time, it was already 12, and as you can see, that kind of pushed into my next few signings, because yeah, I didn't get till my next signing till 2, 3, maybe even 3. I think it was 3, and yeah, so that was a really long day, and I'm never making that mistake again. I'm very extra cautious when it comes to printing, because I was in such a rush. As you can see, I had all these signings the day before, and then I actually thought I had another 4th signing that Friday, but that was canceled. So I was in a rush. Again, don't be in a rush, take things very steady. And actually, my second mistake, I just got an email yesterday. On that Saturday, I missed one signing, one signature. And the funny thing is that I went through the packet again. That's why you should check at least 3 times. I went through the packet, made sure everything was signed. The husband was signing, his wife was gonna sign in Oregon, so it was getting FedEx the next day up north. So I accidentally missed a HUD VA, and I have never received, actually I think this is my first VA loan docs that I've received, and it was a HUD, which you really don't get at all, really. So that was new to me. I missed one signature. There was 2 signatures on the same page. There was one in the middle of the page that was kind of hidden, and then one on the bottom. I missed the one in the middle. It's still funded, everything's still funded. I'm in communication with the signer, so I'm just gonna have to have him sign and scan that back to me. So luckily I won't have to go to him. He's actually not too far from me anyway. And then I'm trying to think if I actually did make another mistake, and that was on Monday, the last day of the month. That was for then. So this was for an ID proofing. I've never done an ID proofing. I thought it was going to be super easy. I thought I was going to be in and out. I accidentally collected the wrong employment letter. That's what you need to ID proof, or this one required that. And I got the wrong one. It needed to be from the Homeland Security, and I just needed a social, or like a citizenship card. So I did not get that, and I'm in the middle of right now getting him to give me one of those. And it's some signers can be apprehensive to give their social for obvious reasons, and I'm not upset about that. So the most important thing is making them feel comfortable and being patient with them and letting them know the reason why. And I had no idea what an ID proofing was, so I had to go ahead and contact the signing service and asked them, and then I forwarded him the email because yeah, so he knows exactly what this was for. But yeah, I just wanted to give you guys an overview of my month of November. So 5.5K, I would say the average was maybe 15 signings a week for that month. And ooh, don't look at that. So for the month of November, I did 35 signings for 5.5K. I don't know what that averages out to. I'll do the math on that and I'll add it in later. But yeah, I think my next goal for December is to hit 7K. I of course would like to double that and do 10K, but I feel like because of the holidays, it might be a little bit harder, given that, you know, in just this last month for Thanksgiving, I didn't work like 2-3 days. So that took away, you know, some of my income. But for December, I am very optimistic, and I hope to grow my relationships with escrow officers. That's why I'm dressed up today, because I went to an escrow officer's office to drop off documents, and I was trying to go in there, but the receptionist wouldn't. Obviously, because of COVID, I wasn't able to get through, and it was really hard. They already had a lot of security anyway, so yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to maintain that relationship, because I can't really schmooze right now. Like I was thinking of buying the pastries, but again, COVID, I don't know if they want all this food out and people picking at it, so it's just really hard. I have given gift cards, so you can do that. I sometimes I'll give it in, or I'll put it in the packet, the loan docs, when I give them back to the escrow officer. So we'll see how that goes, but yeah, wish me luck on that. If you have any ideas on how to reach out to escrow or maintain the relationships, please let me know below. Or if you're trying to reach out to escrow officers, I hope this has sufficed, and go ahead and like this, please, so other people starting their loan signing journey can, you know, figure out how to do this and give them inspiration that they can make this much too the first month. So yeah, thanks guys, don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys soon.